Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Supergirl Season 5, Episode 7, Tremors. I'm really sorry there wasn't a Supergirl reaction last week. I have watched the episode last week, just a lot was going on. Really appreciated the insight into Andrea, Andrea, I just read her name. Andrea, she's a lot more interesting of a character than initially I thought. There's more to her. You kind of can feel some sympathy for her with her backstory, with why she is the way she is, with the things she's doing. That she's not just a moustache-twirling supervillain, that she's actually got a little bit more reasoning behind why she has done the things she's done, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to agree with her. I mean, she's chosen to do bad things for personal gain, but she's not quite the cold-cut villain I thought she was. Lena, however, is continuing down that villainy slide. I mean, there was one bit where I was like, she's going to forgive Andrea, but of course she didn't. Lena is still very much frustrating me. Kara is just proving yet again, with the flashbacks and everything, just what a good friend she has been, and how none of her keeping a secret about Supergirl takes away from how good a friend she was. It's not something that destroys years of friendship, unless you're Lena. And I'm still, so yeah, if you're a Lena fan, I've said it on most of my Supergirl reactions, please don't watch this. Unless in this episode, Lena does a 180 and is like, I'm a terrible human, I'm so sorry, will you forgive me, Kara, because I've been horrible to you? Like, then maybe I would be like, oh, some sympathy for Lena. No, okay, if that doesn't happen, I'm not the reactor for you. So yeah, I am looking forward to this episode because I love Kara and I can't wait to see her, but I'm very stressed and dreading Lena. So yeah, let's go. Good times training.
The same to you.
I love that she still uses the cape tricks Monel taught her. Oh dear.
No one knows all about Leviathan. Leviathan is...
I do think Lena's being a little bit overconfident here.
Supergirl will save me.
She's so trusting in how good Supergirl is. Supergirl will always be there for her friend to protect her. Katie McGraw is so good at playing infuriating evil characters.
Sentenced to confinement by my hand.
No.
Well, the first time, for sure, you were a little kid. Honestly, that wasn't you. And the second time, he was a criminal.
I couldn't retrieve it.
You didn't really try that hard, to be honest.
Simple task. Wiped out the dinosaurs. Then humanity rose.
I knew I didn't like Leviathan. They kill the dinosaurs. So she's definitely the biggest threat. I'm going to stand right here until Supergirl comes to save me. Oh, I like the outfit. So this is when it would be very awkward if... I mean, you didn't really give her that much time to come get you, Lena. Let's be honest.
Throughout history, Pompeii. The river flood of 1887, the back as Noah's flood.
Noah's flood's not a historical event.
Oh, it's Superman created. We keep things there that can help.
Sorry, I'm just overwhelmed by how angry I am at Lena. Just how she's manipulating Kara because she knows what a good, wonderful person Kara is and how much Kara would want to help her and save everyone. I just hate it so much right now.
I
don't know, a Luther in the Fortress of Solitude?
Well, you're not a bloody Luther as far as you're concerned, are you? You're being a better person.
It was I who failed.
Yep.
All you did was ease
I mean,
your father's suffering.
I know he didn't do it to be cruel, but the way he treated his kid was bad.
He's not moving.
He's dead. And he's a trap. Brainy can fly. Flying away would have been much more efficient. You've got your bloody Legion ring on.
We got nothing.
Well, you've got the pieces.
Nothing. You all right?
Oh dear, did she hit her head? Go get medical treatment immediately.
Luthor DNA detected. Or the fortress will take offensive action.
Oh dear, that would be such a shame. I mean, this should also be a failsafe for the super to say it's cool.
Yeah, Superman would take such extreme measures.
Well, of course you did, because of Lex.
Yes, we are.
Oh, Kara, I'm so sorry you're going to get crushed.
And next time I will.
Next time. She does not want there to be a next time.
Doesn't attack me again. Like, thank you for saving.
Oh, just bloody, like, hammering it home.
I was protecting my fragile, vulnerable friend.
Sorry.
Remember when we were frantic to try and save us?
Lena, you're slipping.
Before myself. I'm so sorry. I put you.
See, this is why you should have had a bloody conversation with Kara in the
You
first
saved me without
place.
me realizing you're an excellent actress.
You're not.
The truth. It's such a relief, and I'm so.
Sorry, I meant that to
now
Lena. Katie is an
be
excellent
honest with each
actress.
other and that all of
You're just using how good Kara is. And for all of Lena's protestations that she doesn't want to just be another Luthor, she's loving being a Luthor.
Of Earth.
Sister planet of Krypton, Johanpur. The planet was destroyed after years of civil wars.
That is not a good region of space to be in. Because Krypton explodes, takes out Dax, and that planet gets destroyed.
Never interfaced with the quantum process.
Kara, you're too trusting.
Yourself out.
Loved both you and Malefic.
Oh, John. It would be nice to just be able to casually have a chat with anyone that you love that dies.
What's this?
God.
We can use it for some good.
Kara, please. See sense.
Molecule synonymous with Denegarian atoms.
Ooh, is he having a concussion as well?
I can't.
Leviathan.
Oh dear. You need more than two of you.
Seen it is very impressive.
Okay, well, why are there two of you casually wandering in? Lena. Oh no, they're being attacked.
You didn't knock.
Look, dude, we are going to beat you. Lena's probably going to come and shoot you. But mid-season finale-ish time, middle of the season, it's always impossible to beat you. We're going to get there.
Welcome to Krypton, old man.
Well, they're actually going to get him. She's gone to get her devastating piece of technology. Oh god. See, if Kara wasn't trusting, she'd be blasting her right now.
I'm using you. Like you used me.
She did not fucking use you! She kept a secret from you. Exactly.
Crocodile tears.
They weren't fucking crocodile tears, you...
How long
I'm sorry, Kara. You're so trusting and so good.
You're a Luther.
I thought you didn't want to be a Luther. I thought you were breaking free of it all. Literally, you get a bit disappointed and you just become a supervillain.
Cabin with it in my hands.
Supervillain monologue.
I shot my own brother in the chest.
You could have shot him in the leg.
Is that every friend I had was lying to me.
But were they doing it to be vicious? Were they lying to you to be vicious? Were they lying to you to laugh at you behind your back? Of course
You have
not.
to believe me, I never meant to humiliate you.
No, when I came,
You're the only person that feels humiliated by that. Literally nobody else would feel humiliated by that.
anyone again.
And Takara was a wonderful supportive friend who kept one bloody thing from you.
Betrayal.
She didn't betray you because she told you and she didn't know you knew.
Everyone in my past had betrayed me.
And Takara didn't betray you, she told you the fucking truth.
How much?
Kara told you and she was so honest and so vulnerable and she admitted fault and she admitted that she was wrong.
Begging you not to prove that once again that I was a fool.
So she told you the truth or she didn't!
A single honest moment in our friendship.
There was every fucking honest moment.
Not true.
You didn't need to kill your brother, did you? You could have shot him in the leg.
When you found me,
Kara,
I
I'm
wanted you to
so sorry.
come to me right away.
Exactly.
Explode.
That's what a normal person would do, Lena.
Why not out?
Kara, I'm so sorry, okay? You deserve so much better than Lena, okay? Do not blame yourself. You are a wonderful
I
person.
wanted you to experience
You just made friends with someone with a lot of darkness in her soul.
what I felt.
You made yourself feel far worse than you needed to. Could you imagine if Thea or all these characters had acted like this when they found out?
Mistake push you to do something terrible. You.
Kara, it's not you, okay, sweetheart? Honestly, you are not making Lena be evil. Lena is choosing to be evil. Oh, Kara. Because she's a super villain.
Well, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm just going to brainwash the entire planet. Oh, ha 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 ha.
I'm not a villain.
Yes, you are. I know every villain thinks they're a hero.
Treated me like one.
She didn't! She told you the truth when she didn't have to! Oh my god. There are so many people she hasn't told. And she treated them all like villains. So he knows Lena's bloody evil. Why isn't he telling everyone?
Suspended mid.
Yeah, I think like a normal prison would have been a much better option.
My brother and I loved you. You didn't love
He
me.
did. He used to come and talk to
You
you.
were ashamed of me.
He was following his father's
You hid
influence
me
because his
away.
father was his hero. That was your father. I'm
I
sorry.
was afraid of my soul on my mind.
It is really hard because it was their father that had the wrong actions throughout, but then his brother did commit war crimes. So he feels what John was feeling now. Is it really that simple? Malefic's gonna be like BFFs with everyone now. Oh. I mean, he was very wronged, but he also became a war criminal. I'm glad John has got to hug his brother. Isn't Alex a little concerned that Kara never came when she called?
And what if that's not possible?
And she just wants to be with you.
I know that it is. Because you healed me.
Oh. I do wish we'd got to watch more of the developments of their relationship at the beginning. But they are very, very
You
sweet.
feel like home too.
No. Oh, Kara, I'm so sorry. You deserve so much better than Lena, okay? Do not blame yourself because you did everything you could. So that happened. Lena Luthor, supervillain, taken her Luther claim. My biggest fear for this season, and it actually might be something that I have to stop reacting to if it happens, is redemption for Lena. Because she's just gone too far too quickly. And if I was someone who Lena had been my favourite character, I think I would have stopped watching the show. I would have been like, oh, they've ruined her character. Whereas I was always someone that really liked Lena. I was rooting for Lena to become better than her backstory, better than her name. But there were always moments and glimpses that she had this in her. And I could see it happening or not happening, and I was rooting for it to not happen, but it has happened. And the level that she is acting like Kara was hosting regular meetups to let's all laugh and bitch about Lena. That every time Lena didn't realise Kara was Supergirl, Kara went home and was like, "Ha! Isn't Lena stupid?" Literally no one thought that. Kara hated having to lie to Lena throughout. Kara hated it. Kara, when she had to pretend that she was in danger when she wasn't, hated it. You know, it was played as laughs for us because often it was quite funny. But it was quite funny when she was with anybody in that situation, you know. And I think of all the superhero shows I watch, if everybody who had a sad childhood reacted the way Lena has reacted to finding out someone they love was a superhero, then every single show, every single loved one that the Arrowverse characters had and all the other superhero shows had, they'd all be supervillains. Like, I'm sorry, Aunt May, supervillain time. It's got to happen now. I'm sorry you didn't realise Peter was Spider-Man. Tough luck, he is. Yeah, you know, you've lost everyone in your life. He's been lying to you. He's obviously been humiliating you every day. So, Spider-Man, third part Spider-Man, Aunt May's it's finally supervillain. It's just ridiculous. Now, Lena being hurt, I can understand. Even Lena being more hurt than your average person. If that was all it was, if she had just told Kara that I can never be your friend again, I will never trust you, you are despicable, you know, said the things kind of she said, and then just broke off the friendship and just carried on living her life, I would be like having far more respect for Lena as a character. I'd still think it was a little overreaction, or I'd still think it was something they could work through, because at the end of the day what Kara did wasn't that bad. You know, literally was not that bad. If it had been as bad as Lena is making out, then all the people that have been shipping them together romantically all this time wouldn't have wanted them to ever be together, because Kara would have been the most toxic human on the planet. The way Lena is acting, if you're like, oh, I totally understand it and I agree with it, then why would you ever want Kara to be with her if you thought Kara had treated her this badly? It would be a case of, oh, Kara is a toxic, horrible person, because that's what Lena is acting like. So I don't understand how people are still shipping them. Back in the day when they were first introduced, you know, I was shipping Kara and Mon-El because that was what was unfolding on the screen. But I had no issue with anybody shipping anything else, especially in fan fictions. It's the insistence it has to be canon that's the problem. But if you wanted to believe that one day they could happen, but if you truly think that Lena's in the right here, then you think Kara has been a toxic, awful, abusive, despicable person. How are you A, still watching the show where she's the main character? And B, how could you ever want them to still be together? I mean, I'm so scared that they're never going to be together, but I'm so scared that Lena is going to get redeemed and become a main character again and like a good guy, because this level of evil and of entitlement, like, Lena's view of the world is very skewed, and it just really makes me laugh, because all of the hatred Mon-El got, and anyone that liked Mon-El got back in the day, for him being, he was abusive and he was toxic and he was awful, when literally he was not he was not the best person in the world growing up, like, as a person. His influences were he didn't have much of an insight into other ways, came to Earth, he was a bit of a dick, but his heart was good and pure, and he worked so hard to change and to improve and to get better and to become a better person, and that was all his character did, was this. Lena she was quite a good person. She had some downs, ups, she was you know, Lena is willfully hurting Kara. Lena is refusing to listen. Lena is just being disgraceful, and I need this to be her final season, because I don't know that Kara is everything to me as a character. She is the reason that despite the way fans were treated in season 3, I've stopped watching Supergirl. I mean, I think I've probably even stopped reacting to it, because I just love Kara so much, and I love Alex and Kara's relationship. You know, I love Jean, and Nia was a brilliant addition. I've missed her recently, but if Lena becomes a good guy again and is accepted onto the team, I think that will be the end for me. Unless Mon-El comes back, which, let's face it, they hate us, so that's never going to happen. But I could see Lena realising the error of her ways, helping them stop Leviathan. I think she's probably going to help in Crisis, helping them fix the problems she's creating. But then she needs to leave and be like, I can't take her being a good guy on the show again. That will be too far for me. And like, Lena made me so angry. I mean, please don't interpret any of my anger at Lena anger at Katie. I think Katie McGrath is a brilliant actress. I loved her in Merlin, and she had a very similar arc in Merlin, of things happened, she was wronged, becomes evil. But the level of evil she becomes doesn't tie up with the wrong that was done. And the people she hurts and attacks, it doesn't tie up. Katie McGrath is a brilliant actress. She's not very good at accents, but other than that, she's fantastic. And the fact that she's making me feel this angry is showing how good she is at acting, because she's just being infuriating, and I love it. Like, I'm not filming the scene, and like, I've had villains before in things where I've been like, oh my god, bad acting, but I'm feeling this acting in my core. I love Katie McGrath a lot, but Lena is a villain, out and out. She has chosen to be a Luthor. You know, she has spent all these years claiming she was fighting against her family, yet the minute she feels the littlest bit hurt, she's like, I'm a Luthor, we are Scorpions, ha. I cannot stand her. I still find John, I'm trying to break away from Lena, before I actually get onto John, Kara, I'm really scared for her, because she is such a good person, and she was feeling so guilty as it was about having lied to Lena, and this reaction, she's going to blame herself, and I need her to see that Lena has made her own choices, that you can be wronged and hurt by someone and not become a supervillain who wants to brainwash the entire planet and who locks your friend up and who lies. And if Lena had just come to Kara and been like, I will never forgive you, I would have been like, okay, you know, slight overreaction, but you were valid, you were allowed to have those feelings. But the fact that she becomes a supervillain crosses the line. So I'm scared for Kara and how she's going to deal with this moving forward. She did not deserve this by any means, and my heart is broken for her, as I knew it would be. So then we have Jean and his brother. Now, I still find his brother an interesting one. Like, I'm rooting for their redemption of this. I'm rooting for them to have a relationship. And I still don't think Jean did anything that bad. I mean, okay, he made mistakes, but it was their father and their culture that mistreated Malefic. It was their father that locked him away. When it happened, Jean was very young. And we've seen the way Jean idolises his father throughout. He would never have assumed his father could make a mistake, in a way. You know, it's even now, after his father has died, that he's properly looking back and thinking, maybe my father wasn't perfect, maybe he was fallible, maybe he could make mistakes. So I don't think Jean has done anything that is unforgivable. Even the act of making them forget, it wasn't a thought out plan, it was a spur of the moment. My father is in pain, I must stop that. Done. So I think there is a future there. But it's kind of similar to the Lena thing of, but different in a way, because Malefic was properly abused. Malefic was properly treated terribly. You know, he had his childhood taken from him. He had any chance of a normal life taken from him. And then you can see if some white Martians come and they're like, oh, we'll want you, we'll protect you, you can see why that would make you go evil. But it is one of those things where I'm like, has he gone too far? I mean, he was committing war crimes in the Martian War. I find just letting him hang out and being a good guy a bit weird. I think he was an abused child who took the only way out he could see, and that way out hurt a lot of people. But I think there is a future for him. It seems to be a little bit too kind of instant forgiveness is a bit weird for me. It's what I'm struggling with a little bit. Also, Alex's relationship, I love. I am rooting for them. I am not loving it in the way I could. I think simply because a lot of their development happened off screen. Oh dear. And I think they will get through this bump in the road. I think they will heal together and it will be beautiful. And I'm just going to continue being heartbroken for Kara. We have a week. I think, isn't there one more Supergirl episode, then Crisis? And Lena is apparently in Crisis. I think Lex is in Crisis. I haven't watched the trailer for Crisis. I have been trying to stay away from things, but it's inevitable I'm going to see some spoilers. Like, or at least who's in it. Spoilers. So I am excited about Crisis. I'm not excited about the prospect of Lena being redeemed. And I'm not excited about how heartbroken, guilty and self-hatred Kara is going to be feeling when she doesn't feel any of it. So yeah, that was a very frustrating episode, but it was a good episode. Thank you for watching.